there's a lot of success in terms of we moved people that said that they were not going to support the boycott, including well, I'm trying to think, it's been a while. But in terms of like different churches, like the Methodist Church, and the because the reason why it was so, it's always controversial when it's in your neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. But in the Willamette Valley, you know, you have all these farmers who were immigrants maybe 4 or 5 generations ago, that are the founders of all these churches. Mm-hmm. They're the major donors of the Catholic Church, or the Lutheran Church, or the Methodist Church. And at the same time, you know, especially in the Catholic and, you know, a lot of the Pentecostal churches there too, you know, it's filled with Latinos and farm workers, nursery workers in the pews. So to be able to get churches to say that they're neutral, when really you're not neutral. If one group of people is being oppressed by another group of people and you stand alongside, you're not neutral, you know. And to get them to understand that, you know, from their religious language, and you know that, you know, you're not necessarily condoning the sinner, you're condoning the act of oppression, you know, and getting them to struggle with that. And it was a real struggle, you know, for something that should be pretty simple, but it's a, you know, this real struggle that people go through. And then, you know, seeing people that were totally opposed to then being able to stand with the workers. And what the workers were able to gain is a lot of, I mean, it's tough, you know, organizing farm workers, because, you know, as a lot of people have probably said, that should be on your site, you know, that farm workers are not protected by the same laws, and those laws, even though those laws are all being watered down under the current administration, but they're not protected by, they don't have the right to organize. That's, you know, with protection. So what workers were able to gain is a lot of the very basic things, you know, having the minimum wage enforced, you know, having you know, safety, you know, improved in the workplace, and, you know, finding workers that go from being so fearful to standing up and wearing a shirt to work, becoming organizers, you know, taking those risks. And in the end, the Gardenburger boycott was short. You know, it didn't take too many campuses to get Gardenburger off their campus before Gardenburger went from saying they have nothing to do with it and they're happy with their connection, with their business relationship with NORPAC, to, you know, all of a sudden, you know, no longer having that business relationship with NORPAC. Wow. And then with NORPAC, they got to a point where they were able to suspend the boycott and open up negotiations. I mean, this company, it was, let's see if I remember my PCUN history, but I believe it was in 92 that they started that boycott, 91, 92, that they started the boycott, and it was in 2000, I believe. It's like an 8-year boycott where they were able to get the company from going, from these farmer cooperative going from never speaking at the table to actually sitting down at the table and beginning to negotiate a process.